guys, what isn't nearly as attractive as many women think it is. If you're playing hard to get, I'm almost always going to assume you're sincerely not interested and leave you alone. If you are interested in me and still playing hard to get, I'm going to think you're a disingenuous person who uses emotional tricks to get what you want. Either way, it's not attractive. This is the most sensible and reasonable way someone has talked about this. Couldn't have put it any better myself. Men, for the most part, are pretty simple. Playing that game in either scenario says to me this person is manipulative and shallow. Being with this person will be no different. Not a favorable trait. It can only lead to trouble. I also wish more women would appreciate how difficult it can be for men to interpret their intentions. The fear of misinterpreting something and coming off like a creep is tremendous. Calling yourself ugly while posting your 4th selfie of the day. Yes, and fat as well. There's this woman who goes to my gym. We take the same workout class every Thursday. She's very pretty and incredibly fit. Like, super toned, spends all her time at the gym if she's not at work, etc. She walks into our mutual class one day going, "Ugh, I'm such a fat, ugly cow." Meanwhile, she's just ogling herself in the mirrored wall in the classroom. As someone who's been overweight and worked really hard to get the weight off and keep it off, that shit makes my blood boil. I wanna be like, bitch, you don't know what it means to be fat. Edit, holy shit, I make a comment that I though would get lost and my inbox is blowing up. A few more things. This incident was actually the first time I ever met this woman. I considered that she may have dysmorphia or security issues. I guess my bitch comment was coming from me now, having known her for a couple years. This was just her being her. I understand dysmorphia is a real thing. I myself suffer from it. Having been a pretty big guy most of my life, I still look in the mirror and see the person I was, and it sucks. And sure, I've only known this woman a couple of years, and maybe she was bigger or truly does have severe insecurity about herself. I get that. She was just an example. I know people, men and women, who have been fit and good looking their whole lives who will post a picture of them eating cake and going, "Geez, I'm such a fat kid," or just simply #fat kid. And having been a fat kid, that kind of stuff irks me. I'm not trying to come down on people who do have serious issues, but in the context of the question asked, I just thought I'd throw in my 2 cents. Not being intelligent, playing dumb or dumbing yourself down. Very similar but also helplessness. I get that it's nice to have a man to do things for you or whatever, but there's a limit. I want a girl that can stand on her own 2 feet and get shit done when it needs to be done. And then sometimes I will want to coddle her and do it for her. But for the love of God, if I'm too busy to take out the trash / run the errand / change out the fuse, please do it yourself. You have legs and Google / Maps, it's not hard, I promise. Seriously. I want an equal partner, not some dainty princess who can't carry her weight in the relationship. I need a sturdy lady who can carry me out of a bar. My experience is the polar opposite of this. A lot of the men I meet are ecstatic when they get to teach me something new, to flex their brain attempting to impress me with their knowledge of something. This was a trait I never thought I'd adopt, but it's just so much easier to smile and nod than try and explain, in vain, that you actually understand / already know what they're saying, especially since a lot won't accept that you do know what you're talking about and continue to explain anyway. Yes. I am in my early 20s and can very much present in a bit of a valley girl aesthetic. My voice is a little high, I giggle, I like pink and present quite feminine, and oh my gosh, so many men will just straight up not listen to words that come out of my mouth. Like, yeah, I'm working on a degree in biotech and I fool around with robotics / Arduino and ARG / VRG for fun, please stop trying to teach me what an emulator is. Like, I mention I have an interest in something, men just start trying to explain the basics to me, despite clear assertions that yes, I enjoy this, it's a hobby, I know about it, and I probably know more about it than you. It's cool that you also understand some basic aspect of my hobby, but I believe you don't have to relay it back to me. SMH. Sorry, rant over. But that's something men need to figure out is a huge turn off. Big fake silicone lips. I've never looked at a woman and thought, she's really cute, I just wish her lips looked more like hot dogs. Once again, this is a situation where you only notice the ones that effed it up. Many women think it's attractive if the guy has to constantly fight for them. Fuck you, if you go out with other guys I'm gonna move on to other girls. My ex tried this shit with me and started being flirty with other men to see if I'd quote fight for her. This ain't a fking teenage girly novel, I have only so much time in my life and I'm not gonna spend it with someone that doesn't make me trust them. How many DCKS do I need to SCK for you to love me? I can't buy a pack of smokes without running into 9 guys you've effed. I'll shoot myself in the head if you can tell me that cat's name. For some saying no. I'm not gonna chase you, I'm gonna respect your decision and look elsewhere. I realized the other day, 1 or 2 women I know try this, pretending to not really be interested in the hopes of enticing something. Not only did I have to actually realize this was happening, but I ain't got time for that shit. I'm a girl but I'm going to say being stupid or clumsy. I literally used to pretend to fall in the hallways in front of guys I liked in 6th grade and still don't understand why. Dark days. My guess is that we see clumsiness as an endearing humble trait thanks to rom-coms and it just kind of stuck. I fell in love with a girl in shop class when she sawed off her hand by accident. It was bloody adorable. As someone who is actually clumsy I fear people thinking it's intentional. I'm clumsy. Not a cute kind of clumsy. More like falling on my ass in the snow. Getting my badge caught on something, jerking my head back, breaking things, dropping things, knocking stuff over. At no point did I ever think, boy I wish someone could witness this, I must look adorable to them. Those faces women make when taking a selfie. Please for the love of God just smile. Duck face, duck. Got any grapes? And he waddled away, waddle waddle. Till the very next day, bomb 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 bodum bomb. I miss when Duckface was with Pringles. Duckface, angry face, that blank look thing that they do, what is that? Is that the one where they are giving the camera the 1,000-yard stare? Like they are looking at you but through you at the same time? Not saying what you mean. If something appears to be wrong, I'll ask. If you say nothing is, I'll drop it. Don't later be upset because I didn't pry it out of you. I took you at your word when you said nothing was wrong. What's wrong? Nothing. Can I get that in writing? It could be in writing and notarized. Still wouldn't save you. I just think it's funny how. I just can't decide if Mike Wazowski blinks or winks. To quote Donald Glover, one thing I've learned about women is that if a conversation begins with "what did you mean by that?" it's never going to end with "oh, now I know what you mean by that." My boyfriend used to ask, and if I said I was fine, say okay final answer? Not dressing to your body type. If you're a size 10, own it. Don't muffin top your way into some size 6 jeans just to make yourself feel better. Wearing clothes that are too small makes you look fat, period. A size 10 woman in size 8 clothes looks less attractive than a size 12 woman in size 12 clothes. This is really important. The friends I have given this advice also gained a lot in confidence. Not constantly tugging at your clothes to hide the muffin top makes a big difference in how self-conscious one is. How are you able to give that advice without getting your head ripped off? Dude can run really fking fast. A size 10 woman in size 8 clothes looks less attractive than a size 12 woman in size 12 clothes. Nobody can see the size tag on your clothes but you. Wear your size. It's just more comfortable. Also, don't go the other way. Don't try to disguise your weight by wearing the equivalent of a circus tent, it doesn't work. Your clothes should fit you. Not too tight, not too loose. This goes for anyone, not just women. But what if I don't like showing off my figure even if it's conventionally attractive? Shouldn't clothes be about comfort? maybe I like tents. If you're dressing for comfort, you presumably mostly don't care what other people find attractive, only what they find acceptable and/or unoffensive, and this is certainly acceptable. Playing hard to get all the time, especially when they establish that they like you. Once we get that out in the air, it shouldn't always be a fight for your attention or affection. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best attitude. Can't stand that shit. Try just not being an entitled twat the whole time. I'm female but seriously, this and, I'm honest, I'll call you out, deal with it. No, you're just being a bitch. Coincidentally, these honest girls can't handle when you're honest with them either. Huge red flags, she's going to have shitty attitude problems. Drawn on eyebrows. Fake tans. Shitty piercings. Remember 2003? That era? These girls really look like they could bathe more. Definitely depends on how they draw their eyebrows in. I fill in mine, in a natural way, but I'm biased, since my eyebrow hairs are very thin and sparse and have been told I look better with them filled in. Last time my 19 years/oh brother saw me without makeup, he said, "WTF if wrong with your eyebrows? They're balding." Truth. Makeup is an art and some people haven't figured it out exactly or aren't great at it. It's a bit of trial and error. More eyebrows are drawn on than you think. I think most men mean overly done or badly done makeup are gross, because half the time y'all can't tell a natural look from an actual naked face. Yep. I fill mine out cause naturally they're pretty thin and sparse toward the center. Most people can't tell though. There's a difference between drawn on and filled in. Actually removing your eyebrows and drawing some in their place is unattractive. I don't personally dislike the concept of filling out or shaping eyebrows. I have a few girlfriends, ex-girlfriends who would, but there are people out there who straight up shave off their natural eyebrows and then try to draw them back on. I cannot for the life of me understand why anyone would do that. Orange fake tans. Massive long fake nails. Ridiculous shoes. An entitled attitude. Edited for grammar. As a guy who loves women's boots and shoes, I agree so much with your shoes comment. 4-inch heels with a platform can be super sexy when the shoe is made right. Poorly made shoes, however, are just awful. Plus, flats can be sexy too. I hate seeing a poor girl who can't walk in her massive shoes. So, like, I was, like, you know, like doing like that like stuff, you know, like, and I was like. Fake sigh of exasperation with rolled eyes, and he was all like. And like. Have you ever had a dreams that's that you had you do would you could you do you wants you could do so you do you could you want him to do you so much you can do anything? Has anyone really been far even has decided to use even go want to do look more like? Beachiness towards waiters and other staff. It always seems to be done with the intent of displaying some nonsense authority or dominance. In reality you come off as an entitled cunt who needs to walk her ass home. Sorta how I've always seen it. I don't think highly of you for abusing someone who can't say anything back due to fear of being fired etc. If anything you become a cunt in my eyes and you will be lucky if I don't say something to you right then and there. You wanna impress me by being a tough guy/girl, find a situation where someone bigger than you is being a bully to someone smaller, and step in for the smaller person to put the bigger person in their place. Now that shit will gain you my respect. If you wanna act the big man, do it right and earn that shit. Not pick on someone who can't properly fight back. I'll go with men. You have a girl saying isn't that Ryan Reynolds hot? I'll agree, but I don't quite get it. She'll insist and I can see she's got a point, but it just makes me feel inadequate. I mean, I suppose he looks okay but I'd prefer to look at the girl I'm with. But now he's got inside my head and I can't stop thinking about him, and I look at the girl I'm with and I can't help comparing them. She's smart, she's attractive, she's funny, but she's not Deadpool. Then we're fooling around but I'm picturing her as Van Wilder. I'm confused about who I am. I think everyone imagines Ryan Reynolds when they're having a sex. Some women think it's cute to put their man before their own children. They think that's the way to let the man know you want him, make him feel more important than their own children. I think that is the biggest turn-off ever. Tend to your children's needs first, I'll still be there later.